Well, hey everybody, it's Dave coming to you from the backyard of the Maryland house. I'm the Maryland house. Holy crap, the Wyoming house. Um, so this video is just gonna be a random walk through. I take Sasha for her hour and a half walk every day. So I'm just gonna take you through some random pieces of that walk because it actually gets out here on the creek and we walk all around it. You can kind of see. Hey, all right, guys. So clearly my camera had a glitch. So I'm just recording this as a patch to put in what I was trying to tell you. So this is actually the next day. This is actually Saturday around 11 o'clock. So what I did yesterday was took you on a little walk, and what I was trying to explain to you was that just it's something I do every day with Sasha, and I just wanted to. I was trying to explain in there that the reason I don't do too many videos out here this last week, I've been here 9 days now, and I'm kind of a routine guy, and my routine is pretty boring and not too video friendly. Um, I pretty much get up at 5 every day, do all my morning chores, and then I'm back into Sasha's old enough now I can do my day trading again. So I'm in the market for several hours, do all my office work, and then I do all the chores. I got a hairy homeowner list. I've fixed most of it now, but all the glitches in a house like this just require attention. So I do that for a few hours, and that gets me to about noon, and then we go do our walk, do an hour and a half. Then around 1:30, 2 o'clock, we head downtown. I make 2 stops. No matter how many chores I have in town, I only do 2 just because traffic is a freaking nightmare this time of year. Town is just packed full of tourists, so it's hard to go anywhere, and then it's hard to find a parking place. So I just do 2 a day. Then I go to lounge for a few hours and then get home in the evening, and that's really it. So that's why I haven't done too many videos. I just kind of had this boring hairy homeowner routine. So what you're gonna see now is really just a walk around Pacific Creek, the creek bed, and seeing what we do with Sasha. So I'm just gonna shut up, put this patch in where my camera had misfunctioned, and get this out to you guys. Talk to you later. I'm done in the cigar lounge with the boys between 6:30. Back home by before 8. Take a shower, do a load of laundry, and kind of wrap up the day. So, like I said, I'm a routine guy, so I kind of like that. That's what my most days are like. So that's why I haven't done too many videos, because I think I'd bore you to death. But that's it. Hope you guys have a good Friday, and we'll talk to you on the next video. Bye, everybody. Sasha likes to hunt out in the grass here. She thinks she's a fox or something now, or a coyote. So this family put out this little bench here, kind of on the edge of the property. It's got a nice view when you sit on the bench. You look straight down the Pacific Creek towards the Tetons. And then kind of the patriarch of the family died. He actually died in the house. And they put this little memorial plaque on here. And there's usually where Sasha and I start our walk. We head out onto the creek basin. She knows we do it every day, so she's kind of got the practice down. She knows what we're doing. First thing she has to do is get wet. Got a family of Canadian geese out here. Looks like 5 or 6 of them. I'm gonna be very happy that Sasha's out here, so they'll be running away soon, I'm sure. Here's Sasha watching the geese fly away. All right, so we're out. We're actually on U.S. Forest Service land now. You really can't own the waters of the U.S., so this is Pacific Creek. And we're kind of at the north end of the walk, and so it's pretty critical that we keep eyes up. Now it's the middle of the day, it's 11:30 in the morning right now, but you got to keep looking. This is a favorite of bear. They come walking down the creek. So you got to keep your eyes up, make sure there's nobody around. Do this kind of sweep. Do it every 5 or 10 minutes, make sure nothing's walking up on us. But it's pretty fun. It's a nice place to walk. You know, lets Sasha get better at learning how to navigate the water and what shallow water looks like and deep water looks like. So it's just a fun place to be. Perfect day out here. It's probably 70 degrees right now. Water's chilly. Water's probably more like 37, 38 degrees, maybe 40 in the more shallow parts. And then we get to just kind of look down here at the Tetons as we do our walk today. So that's a Grand Teton, and that's Mount Moran. I've shown all this before, but just thought I'd show it to you. But get to look at this while we're on our walk. So this is looking back up Pacific Creek, and this is a good example of what we call lacing. The main arm of the creek is here, but it's broken out into 2 different arms. We call it laced. And here you see it coming back together. And then there's one fairly deep creek. That's probably 3 or 4 feet deep right there. As it stays as one creek down here, and then we'll walk down there, but down there it breaks up again. So we'll show that in a little bit. And this is what gets fishermen in trouble. They don't watch the far side of the bank. They'll come in here and fish these deep pools and not realize a grizzly has walked up on them on with the far bank. There's a lot of huckleberry and mainly huckleberry, and the bears love it, and they'll walk up and they're much quieter than you would think. And now you got a grizzly bear just 20 feet from you, so it's kind of funny when I see, especially new fishermen out here. We walk down to where the creek splits up, so you definitely got a left main and then a right branch, and you'll see them come back together down there. So just another example of the creek lacing up. Here you see, just trying to get used to the deeper waters, get more comfortable in there. This is one of our favorite things to do, is just tear around out here, get sandy, pick up rocks, pick up sticks, chase birds. It's just a great way to wear her out. Run the dog out of her, as I call it. We do this for an hour, hour and a half, and she's just a much better dog during the rest of the day. So we come out here about 11:30 or 12 every day, and for an hour and a half, and just let her run all the wildness out of her. She's a much better dog to take into town and to go meet the guys at the lounge if I do this every day. So we're about halfway through our walk. Just thought I'd show you. So the creek is at my back, obviously, and that's our guest house. And then it's pretty well hidden, but back in here is the main house. See if I can zoom in on it for you. You can see the roof there. Again, the creek is, I just literally turn around, here's the creek. Pretty close to the house at this point. The house is probably 200 yards away, the guest house, so we're this close to the creek. It's, like I've said 100 times, it's a privilege and an honor to own here. So the other thing I wanted to show you was, like when Potter Piper was here, when we were here a month ago, there was water in all these little tracks. Some of it still looks wet, like right here. So the creek was high. You can see all these, like this dead tree. All this gets washed down the creek during the high rush season. I mean, the peak season is probably last week of June, first week of July. And all this has water running through it, and all this dead wash came, just showing you kind of how high the water got. All right, you can kind of see the two branches running back together here, coming back together into one creek. It's all divided up, and flows all back together. And then you can see it divide up again right past Shasta there, Sasha. And then while I'm doing this, we want to do a bear sweep. So we just do a 360 bear sweep real quick. Nobody up on the bank there. Nobody coming downstream on us. Nobody on the far side. That's just typically, I gotta do that about every 5 or 10 minutes, make sure no one's sneaking up on us. So we actually have sandpipers. If you guys are beach people out here, and she loves running after them. And that's what she's doing now. She can hear them, so she's looking for them. There's a nice little fishing spot. So you have these little tiny, we call them riffles, and followed by a big deep pool here. And so lots of times the fish that you want to catch will be sitting in these pools waiting for their food to come down through the riffles. So pretty cool. And you can see that let's see if I can get them on camera here. The geese obviously didn't go too far. They're just hanging out there, waiting for us to leave, I'm sure. So here you kind of see the dangerous part of the creek, and that's just, it starts cutting into this high bank. You can still see water in here, but when it's flowing at peak flow rate, it cuts into these banks and cuts this, what we call high bank. And that's what can be a danger to your home. So we're not at the south end of the walk. And you can see the high bank all the way along. And in fact, as I pan over, you'll see the guest house roof, which has high bank right almost up to it. So we've had to get a state approved bank made revetment, as they call it, and I have to get it approved every 10 years. We just did it. But otherwise it'll cut this bank straight up to your home. So our main house has no risk, but the guest house has high bank like this kind of close to it. Just so good for her to be able to run at whatever speed she wants and wear herself out. She's definitely going after the sandpipers. No better way to wear this dog out though, and make her a good behaving dog. Do all the training in the world you want, but you gotta run the energy out of them. There are the Tetons from the south end of our walk. It's amazing. I can zoom in on them, but this is what it looks like to my eye. Pretty cool. Still a little hazy, but not too bad. And actually the camera seems to filter out some of the haze, so you get to see a fairly good shot. So there's a really good example of that high bank. That's 6-7 feet tall. Probably doesn't look like it, but you can see trees get washed down from the force of the water, and then it just keeps cutting into this bank every year. Probably another couple feet disappear. All right, we're back to the guest house, and you can see there's water running right here, even now that we're past peak. And you can see this old tree that got flowed down the river or the creek a couple years ago. So you can also see, one, I'm only standing about 30 yards, but you can see there's sort of this rock and sand dirt revetment that goes all the way across the front of the house. And then we had to get state approval. The prior owners did it, but you have to have state approval to move dirt and place stone so close to a creek. Get a fair amount of wildflowers out here. Show you what we call Indian paintbrush. And then there's a fair patch of it over here. It's nice red. Not too much red out here in nature. So you can kind of see it all along here. There's one really nice example of it over here. if I can't get close to it for you and keep my shadow out of the way. So it's Indian paintbrush.